Hello and welcome to The Discriminating Gamer, the board game review show that would really like to see a mashup of Star Wars and Back to the Future called The Man DeLorean. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at legendary Realm of Kings from Upper Deck. Legendary Realm of Kings from Upper Deck features another cosmic adventure as you have the Inhumans as they face an intergalactic war and rebellion at home. Now there's a few new keywords and concepts here, so let's take a look at those. First of all, you have when recruited abilities. Now some of the cards actually say when recruited. That means that when you recruit them, not if you just gain them from some other ability, but if you actually recruit them, you can get a special bonus at that time. Now when that card comes up again in your hand, the when recruited abilities don't do anything for you, but at the time you actually recruit them, you do get those specific abilities. Now this new expansion features a new concept called Throne's Favor. You can use a various token, just grab something. I used a quarter, but you set it aside the board. Now during the course of the game, different things are going to give the Throne's Favor either to a player or it will give Throne's Favor to the mastermind. And whoever has Throne's Favor may be protected from certain negative effects in the game, or they may gain special advantages. They may also have the opportunity to spend the Throne's Favor in order to gain other things like drawing a card or getting some more attack or recruit abilities. Now this expansion also has the abomination keyword. Now I've seen this again, I think, in the Captain America expansion, where if a villain is in the city, they get the printed value, attack value of any card in the HQ beneath them added to their strength. But there's also things like double abomination, where of course that's doubled, and some other kind of ways this comes into play. You also have the teleport ability we saw originally in Dark City, which means you can move the, take a card from your hand, set it aside, and then kind of bring it into your new hand, so you'd have 7 cards on your next draw. There's also a choose a villain group, and what that means is you can say choose a villain group for, attack or whatever, and then you actually pick one of the villain groups that you have in your victory pile, and however many of those you have, you would get that number of reward. Now you do have 2 new villain groups. You have the Shi'ar Imperial Elite and you have the Inhuman Rebellion. Now you have 2 new masterminds. You have Emperor Vulcan, who leads the Shi'ar Imperial Elite, and then you have Maximus the Mad, who leads the Inhuman Rebellion. But now let's go ahead and take a look at some of these kooky new heroes you get with this game. First of all, there's Black Bolt, and his most powerful card is the King's Speech. King's Speech is a cost 8 card with a printed attack of 5. You gain the Throne's Favor. If you already have it, you may spend it to choose Speak or Don't Speak, then reveal the top 3 cards in your deck. Speak, put all of them with the rules text into your hand. You don't speak, you may KO any number of them with no rules text. Put the rest back in any order. Next you have Crystal, and her most powerful card is Weave 4 into 1. Weave 4 into 1 is a cost 8 card with a printed attack of 4. When recruited, you may gain any class hero from the HQ that costs 4 or less. Now when you play it, you reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. You can put any class hero from among them into your hand. You put the rest back in any order. There's Gorgon, lead the Inhuman Elite. Lead the Inhuman Elite is a cost 8 card with a variable printed attack of 4. When you recruit this card, you can use Bridge Abomination. When you play the card, you can teleport, and if you play another Inhumans card, you can also gain Rooftops Abomination. Next is Karnak and Seek the Center. Seek the Center is a cost 7 card with no printed attack or recruit value. However, when recruited, you do get a +4 attack. Whenever you play this card on a turn, any card on the turn, including this one, you can first use the card's when recruited ability. And finally, there's Medusa with Headstrong. Headstrong is a cost 7 card with a printed attack of 4. When recruited, you draw 2 cards and then gain the Throne's Favor. Now, when you play it, you gain the Throne's Favor, and if you already have it, you can spend it to draw 2 cards. Now, of course, this set comes with 4 different schemes. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. First of all, you have Ruin the Perfect Wedding. The setup is 11 twists. You set aside 2 extra heroes to get married. Prepare each wedding hero into a separate 14-card stack ordered by cost with the lowest cost on top. Now, twist 1, you put a wedding hero stack above the rightmost city space at the altar, and you gain its top card. Twist 2, you put the other wedding hero stack above the mastermind space at the door, and you gain its top card. Twist 3 through 7, you gain the top card of either wedding hero stack, then KO 2 cards from the top of each wedding stack that has a villain or mastermind in the space immediately below it. Then the leftmost hero stack walks down the aisle, moving 1 space to the right. Twist 8 through 11, KO 2 cards from the top of each wedding hero stack. Evil wins when either wedding hero stack is KO'd. Next you have War of Kings. Setup is 11 twists. On twists 1 through 8, you stack the twist next to the scheme as a battlefront. This turn, you pay 1 recruit per battlefront to supply the war. If you pay, you gain the throne's favor. You may KO one of your cards. If you don't pay by the end of the turn, right after you draw a new hand, stack a card from the shield officer stack next to the scheme as a victorious general. The mastermind gains the throne's favor. If they already have it, you gain a wound. Twist 9 through 11, same effect, but with 2 victorious generals, and evil wins when there are 6 victorious generals. Next up, we have Tornado of the Terrigan Mists. Setup is 10 twists. Each player puts a small object above the sewers to represent themselves. Special rules. You can't fight villains outside of the city space where you are. You can still recruit from all HQ spaces and fight the mastermind. But during your turn, you can spend 1 attack any number of times to move yourself 1 space to the left or right. Put this tornado scheme card above the sewers. Twist 2 through 5, each player in the tornado space gains a wound, then move this tornado card, and each villain simultaneously 1 space to the left. A villain on the bridge escapes. Twist 6 through 9, same effect, but move them all to the right, if possible. A villain in the sewers doesn't move. Twist 10, evil wins. And finally, there's Devolve the Exogen Crystals. The setup here, you add twists equal to the number of players plus 3. You add an extra henchman group of 10 cards as Exogen Experiments. All Exogen Experiments also have Abomination. Twist, choose a hero in the HQ that doesn't have a printed attack of 2 or more. Put it on the bottom of the hero deck. Then play 2 cards from the villain deck. Evil wins when there are 3 villains per player in the escape pile or the villain deck runs out. So, Realm of Kings here. This is interesting. I like the Throne's Favor. I like that how you and other players are almost kind of competing to have that, because it will block you from getting wounds or from other bad things happening to you, but it will also give you those special opportunities, and I like that. I do like the when recruited abilities. That gives you kind of something, I mean, it kind of changes the way you're playing the game, because are you recruiting a card because you want that card, or do you just want that one-time ability and the card's okay? And you do that some of the times too. That's pretty good. The other things we've seen before, teleport. Teleport can be useful, but it's not something I'm really big on. But Abomination is cool. I like Abomination and how that works and how that can make villains tougher and how it can make your guys tougher under certain circumstances. I like that as well. Generally, I like this set. Now, let me just say, there were some issues, I guess, with the print run. I think some of the cards were longer. Mine seemed fine. I didn't notice that there were any particular problems with the one I got, but I know there were some issues. So I think they're redoing it. I think I heard that, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But Upper Deck is correcting that. One issue I did have with this one is it's got, with the one scheme where you says, get some kind of a token to represent each player, and then there was the other one that was you need a token for the Throne's Favor. Would it have been that hard to include a little meeple or some cube or something? I'm not a big fan when you get a game and it says, just grab a penny or grab, no, that doesn't work. So I'm kind of upset about that. I think Upper Deck should have found a way to include a token for the Throne's Favor and for each of the characters for that one scheme. There's really, I realize, they've got their costs and I get that, but really, if you're going to put out a game, put out the whole game. Don't make people supply their own components. That's disappointing. With that exception, I like this box a lot. I like this expansion a lot. It's got some fun schemes. It's got some fun characters, some fun things you can do. Of course, with the deck builder, it always comes down to what kind of fun combinations can you make, and you can make some fun things here. And I particularly like that when recruited ability, because it adds a little more flavor to the game. You don't think you can take down a guy, but I can recruit him, and then that gives me enough attack to do it. And I like that quite a bit. I think that worked very well. Realm of Kings is another fun expansion. I really like it, and I've got no hesitation in recommending, if you're a fan of Marvel Legendary, buy it. Thank you once again for joining us today on The Discriminating Gamer. As always, we ask you to please leave a comment for us on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on our Facebook page, or on thediscriminatinggamer.com. We ask you to please like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter. We are The Discriminating Gamer. And I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of The Mandalorian, I really don't like Baby Yoda. No joke. I don't care for Baby Yoda.
Please somebody help me on my feet again, and I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I've been. Please somebody help me on the solid ground. It's a long time, and I'll be dying. Once a year I wind up in the band.
Then we get closer to the enemies and drive them to us, load a bunch of mines, and then get them to go through the mines.
Who are you asking? Me? Yeah, sure, let's do it.